Picture this: a secret society of opulence, a realm where money flows like a raging river and extravagance knows no bounds. It's a world hidden from the ordinary, where the ultra-rich reign supreme. Join me as we peel back the golden curtain and delve into the mesmerizing universe of the world's wealthiest elite. From jaw-dropping yachts to private islands and beyond, prepare to be astounded by the incredible lives led by these chosen few. Brace yourself for a tantalizing glimpse into the extraordinary realm where the wealthy converge, creating a whirlwind of glamour, power, and unbridled luxury. Welcome to the captivating domain of the ultra-rich, where fortunes collide and dreams become reality. If you're new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button to see more videos that'll get you closer to total financial freedom. Welcome to Wealth Magnet, your source for all things related to living your best financial life through education, motivation, and mentorship. If you enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Also, we appreciate all our viewers and want to hear from you. Please leave us a comment, a question, or even a suggestion. We love to engage with our audience. We release 5 videos per week meant to inspire and teach. Okay, let's begin. The higher up you go into the income scale, the fewer people you'll find who earn and spend money like you do. So, when you reach the top of the financial pyramid, it can be quite challenging to find people who share your level of wealth. That's why ultra-high net worth individuals expand their social networks on a global level. Over time, this has given rise to what's unofficially known as the Billionaire social calendar. It all kicks off on St. Bart's, where the wealthiest of the wealthy gathered to celebrate New Year's Eve in style. Then, in February, there's the Super Bowl, and in March, you might find them hitting the slopes in Aspen or St. Moritz. Springtime brings the Masters Golf Tournament in Augusta, Georgia, followed by the Cannes Film Festival and the conveniently nearby Monaco Grand Prix in May. In June, it's all about the Henley Royal Rowing Regatta in England, and come July, it's Wimbledon time. August means the Venice Film Festival, while September often sees a return to Monaco for its famous yacht show. October is when the Frieze London Art Fair takes place, and in November, some jet off to Melbourne for the Melbourne Cup. Finally, before the year wraps up back on St. Bart's, there's the grand finale event, Art Basel Miami Beach. Now, here's the thing. These events aren't really about events themselves. The super rich attendees at Monaco's Grand Prix couldn't care less about the actual race, and the yacht show is more than just a fancy boat sales event. These gatherings are all about creating an exclusive place where wealthy people can socialize with other wealthy people. Sure, not everyone attends every single event, and each person customizes their calendar to their liking. But many ultra-wealthy individuals feel a certain pressure to be part of this elite circuit in order to maintain their social status. This pressure might explain why someone like Jeff Bezos, for instance, started his 2022 on a yacht off the coast of St. Bart's with his partner, Lawrence Sanchez. However, thanks to publicly available data from aircraft transponders, we can actually see what he did with the rest of January. Bezos owns 2 G650 jets, but they're too big for the short runway in St. Bart's. So, while he was celebrating the new year, he had to wait on the neighboring island of St. Martin. On the 1st of January, one of the jets, N271DV, flew for 7 hours to Los Angeles to drop off Sanchez. The other jet, N758PB, flew the next day and took Bezos directly home to Seattle. For the next 2 weeks, both jets were busy shuttling back and forth between Seattle and Burbank on the West Coast. It's likely that they were taking Bezos and Sanchez to visit each other. Then, on January 13th, one of the jets flew from Burbank to Maui, while the other flew from Seattle, with a brief stop at LAX before continuing on to Maui. It's presumed that Sanchez and Bezos were on board, heading to Bezos' new vacation home worth $78 million on the island. They returned to the mainland 4 days later. Bezos seemed to visit Sanchez again on the 23rd, and then 4 days later after that, He flew directly to Washington, D.C. Bezos owns the biggest home in the district, the largest newspaper in the city, and his company, Amazon, is building its second headquarters in Crystal City, Virginia. So it's likely he was there for business. But to wrap up the month, Bezos flew back to Burbank once again. And all of this happened while he managed to attend various high-profile events, like flying down to LA for the Super Bowl just 11 days later. Throughout January, Bezos' lifestyle required his G650 jets to cover a distance of 29,000 miles or 46,000 kilometers in total. To fuel this extensive travel, his jets consumed about 24,838 gallons or 94,022 liters of fuel. That amount of fuel could be used to fly the largest passenger aircraft in the world, an A380, across the Atlantic from DC to London with 500 passengers aboard. Bezos' travel habits reflect the current state of ultra-luxury travel and how market analysts perceive it. Two factors are colliding and causing disruption in the industry. Firstly, more people than ever are becoming wealthy as wealth becomes concentrated at the top. And secondly, although the frequency of travel among moderately wealthy individuals has decreased in recent years, they are spending more money on their trips. Data shows that before COVID, the average amount spent by Americans on a trip to Greece was $4,871. However, it has now increased significantly to $6,561. Surprisingly, first and business class revenue for airlines remains strong, even though traditional business travels has been weak. This is mainly because leisure travelers are opting to pay more for luxurious travel at a higher rate than before. In New York City, the ultra-luxury hotel market is thriving, with prices and occupancy rates reaching all-time highs. New super premium properties are opening more rapidly than ever. For example, the highly anticipated Amman, New York opened in the summer of 2022, with the cheapest room starting at $2,600 per night, but more commonly priced in the $3,000 or $4,000s. Comparatively, 5 years ago, Amman's sister property, Amman Gidi in the Utah desert, started at $1,400 per night. Nowadays, it has doubled to $2,800 per night, and even with dynamic pricing that charges extra for desirable dates, many nights are regularly sold out well in advance. And of course, for those lucky enough to book a stay at resorts like the Amman Gidi, they need a way to get there. That's why it's no surprise that in 2021, there was a record-breaking number of private jet flights worldwide, reaching 3.3 million. One of the main reasons for this massive growth is the rise of on-demand charters, which have revolutionized the industry. Companies like WheelUp, NetJets, and XO have made it much easier for occasional luxury travelers to charter private jets, making luxury travel more accessible. To cater to these private jets, there are fixed-base operators that function as private terminals available for hire. These operators are also experiencing record traffic, leading to the development of more fixed-based operators. This increased demand has caused prices for airport real estate and hangars to reach all-time highs. So, while the industry has grown larger, it has also become more expensive and frustrating to access private jets. In the ultra-luxury travel segment, more people than ever are willing to spend exorbitant amounts for a night in a top hotel or a short private flight, surpassing what many would pay for a month's rent or a car. The demand for each experiences is growing faster than the industry can keep up, resulting in the super wealthy displacing the ultra wealthy from their usual destinations. Publicly available travel experiences no longer provide the level of exclusivity and expense desired by the wealthiest individuals. As a result, they are turning to private alternatives for everything. Yachts fulfill this need effectively, allowing the ultra-rich to travel on their own terms and enjoy luxurious accommodations wherever they desire, regardless of outside demand. However, the billionaire's calendar still plays a significant role in determining their travel destinations. As summer events wind down and temperatures drop in the Mediterranean, a maritime migration begins. Some super yachts set sail with reduced crews to make the lengthy transatlantic journey on their own. While most yachts are capable of such crossings, they are expensive, impractical, and risky. This is where yacht-carrying ships come into play. These ships operate year-round, connecting yachting hotspots around the world. However, during the fall and spring, their primary purpose is to facilitate the transatlantic migration. At the end of the Mediterranean season, numerous vessels descend upon yachting hubs like Genoa, Italy, and Palma de Mallorca, Spain, to load onto these ships. Owners are willing to pay up to $100,000 for this convenience. Once these ships arrive in the Caribbean, owners can once again access their yachts, providing convenient access to winter events such as Art Basel Miami and New Year's on St. Bart's. However, similar to other segments of the industry, the superyacht industry is growing at an accelerated rate. As a result, what used to be an escape from land-based constraints is increasingly facing challenges at sea. For example, securing a berth at the Yacht Club de Monaco is a costly endeavor. During the summer season, the price for a night starts at $275 for the smallest vessel. However, if you want to dock the same boat during the Monaco Grand Prix, the price skyrockets to over $16,500 per night. So, if you want to secure one of the limited spots that can accommodate the largest 60 or 70 meter vessels, it will cost you $73,000 per night. Even then, the clubhouse building blocks the view of the track, so in order to actually see the race, this fee includes access for 2 people to the building itself. But the cost is not the main issue here. The real challenge is getting a club membership, which requires sponsorship from a current member and approval from the admissions committee. Once you're in, you need to book berth reservations months in advance to secure a spot during the Med season. Now, when it comes to the exclusive yacht show, just getting a berth is only half the battle. To show off your super yacht to other attendees, you'll want to dock across the way where onlookers can see the full profile of the vessel rather than just its rear. But getting these prime spots requires having a yacht that's too long to fit any traditional spot and having a strong relationship with the event directors, which takes years to develop. Navigating these busy waters can be quite expensive and challenging. In fact, owning a super yacht in general is no walk in the park. Yachts are not efficient means of transportation, especially on the open ocean, where they can be uncomfortably bumpy rides. Additionally, the yearly costs typically amount to around 10% of the boat's value. However, despite all these challenges, sales of super yachts continue to rise across the board, regardless of their size. Many believe that the deals made and the valuable relationships forged on these massive boats and at yacht club bars make the investment worthwhile. It has become a crucial component of the billionaire's social calendar, similar to private aviation and ultra-luxury hotels. As a response to the increasing popularity of super yachts and the desire for unique experiences, the ultra-wealthy are becoming more creative. Over the past 5 years, the number of super yachts over 40 meters undergoing refitting has nearly doubled. Refitting usually involves minor altercations at a boatyard, but sometimes it entails major changes. This trend reflects the growing popularity of expedition yachts, which are capable of embarking on adventurous trips, such as Arctic expeditions or remote journeys across the Pacific. At the forefront of this trend is a former Soviet icebreaker called Legend, which has been transformed into a rugged and luxurious expedition yacht. On the other hand, there are experiential yachting firms that offer activities like World War II battle simulations for bored kids or set up temporary restaurants on sandbars in the middle of the Maldives. It's not just about super yachts though. As more millionaires seek unique experiences, billionaires are being drawn to services that provide one-of-a-kind adventures. Whether it's up-close gorilla safaris in Rwanda or luxurious overland treks to the South Pole, the interest in and social value of unique experiences are pulling the ultra-wealthy towards these offerings, while they move away from their traditional destinations. So there's this trend called Luxpeditions, where companies like Brown & Hudson create personalized adventures for their guests. These experiences are designed to be like what Bear Grylls goes through, with freezing winter conditions and all that. But don't worry, after the outdoor challenges, they retreat to cozy tents with heated floors and fancy food worthy of a Michelin star. Their main goal is to make sure the trip leaves a lasting impression in the participants. And if extreme outdoor activities aren't your thing, Brown & Hudson also offer the chance to travel like James Bond or live a completely different lifestyle for a few days. They can even plan a globe-trotting adventure for you. For the super rich, the options are practically limitless. As long as it's legal, these travel services will go to great lengths to fulfill their clients' desires. They'll do anything to make it happen. Bespoke travel for the billionaire class is booming. They're willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for unique experiences that they can brag about to their friends. And if they can post about it on social media, even better. But there's also a trend among the ultra-wealthy to travel incognito. They want to disappear from the public eye. That's why there's been a surge in sales of secluded vacation homes worth millions of dollars in places like Hawaii, Colorado, and the Caribbean. We don't really know all the details about these super expensive travel experiences because secrecy is part of the appeal. By the time we find out, the wealthiest people will have moved on to something new, always staying one step ahead of the rest. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for the YouTube algorithm. Also, check out our other videos. See you in the next one!